Hold on. My other one didn't work, and then this one works too quickly. I must have hit the wrong button the first time around. I gotta choose a better thumbnail than that, though. I don't know if I have any thumbnails handy talking for what I'm doing right now. I'll do that one. Hopefully, yeah, that'll work.
Ready, set.
Alright, that should do it. Something like that. Hello, indeed. Hello, everyone. Okay, we're working. We're good. I got all the games I picked up at conventions in the last couple of months. I haven't even tested them. I haven't even gone through them. I haven't done any of that. So I'm hoping to go through literally all of them tonight. We'll see. We'll see how far I can get. We will see how far we get. Mostly just a quick test. Hospital. I'm glad. Sorry, in the hospital. Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Now, EA Sports. It's in
The camera, it is on the whole time. Yeah, it is. I know. Well, like I said, the other one couldn't quite. Nope. That is as loud as my mic. Oh, I got 0.2 decibels. There you go. That's as loud as my microphone gets. That's air zonk. Not gonna be able to test that today because I don't have my TurboGrafx 16. Actually, I have a TurboGrafx 16 behind me, but doo. Yep. How was the Spawncast thingy? I was on one of those once. I was on a Spawncast thingy once. These ones may not even work. I'm going to test them to see if they work. And the screen's going to look stretched because I'm playing these on a clone console. Okay, so Death Race works. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Alright, we're starting at San Jose here. Do. There we go. See? Alright. Kind of wonky controls, but there you go. Oof. I'm testing to see if they work. If they don't work, I'm going to put them in a different file for like a live open cart surgery next time. And then also the ones that don't work, I'll test it in my proper consoles because sometimes games won't work in a clone, but it will work in a proper console. I just like using a clone system up front just to make sure, just to see. just to see. Chuck Alexander says, "Hey man, I've watched your marathons and they're cool. I appreciate that. Thank you." Yeah, the marathons were a good idea from a couple of other people who do those, where it's I've already done the videos, so then a couple of times I'll be like, "Ooh, I'm too busy to do anything right now, but I can download all these and I can just put them all together for one solid video." Video game stores like it because they can just play it all day, and I like it when video game stores play my videos all day. And I'm putting them into this box down by my feet here. If you're like, why do I keep on leaning over? Boop. I do not have Superman 64. Here's my second copy of Super Play Action Football. Not that I'm ever looking for sports games, but sometimes you pick up a lot. Like you just like here's a bunch of games all at once for a decent price. Inevitably, they come with sports games. I'll do something with them. Back when I used to kill games to make repros, I used sports games all the time, but I don't do that anymore. So it's like, just sell them sell them for like $1 each or something. I don't mind doing that. Hoping to play games with you in the future. Yeah, some conventions I do that. There are some conventions I like to like arcade games for sure. But usually at conventions I'm stuck behind a table all day. Yeah, I honestly don't have any. Do I have any Nintendo 64 games? I have the wrestling ones, but that's it. And I just have an EverDrive for my 64. Again, I'm not a collector. Oh no, I have a Xenocrisis, the homebrew. Yeah, I'm not a collector. I have a collection. I'm not a collector though, so I have what I actually will play, or some things I will keep for sentimental reasons. For the most part, don't bother me. Here's one called Deathbots for NES. I do love me some Princess Tomato. I try to play. I haven't played that in the last year, so it's about time I do another playthrough of Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom. Maybe I'll do a stream on that. Actually, that might be kind of fun. I want to stream more on YouTube when I can. How many games have I fixed? Well, I mean, if you watch my open cart surgery videos, you know that about 99% of the time it's just cleaning them. I don't even have an answer. 100. I don't know. I've done over 100 open cart surgery videos, so of those, probably 100. I'm not into retro games only. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I grew up with. But I play... it's funny, I was sick last week. I was, really sick last week. And for some reason, when I'm sick, that's when I want to play games the most. And I started up Fallout 3 for the first time since Fallout 3 came out. And that was a lot of fun. And even one of my kids walked in and saying, wow, this game, this new game's great. I love the graphics. I was like, this is like Xbox 360 graphics. I was playing it on Game Pass, so. I love it. Yeah. Ryan, Tri-Cities. Sunken Treasures in Richland is probably the only game store like that. I have some game collector friends in Tri-Cities, if you're looking for anything specifically, that they might have it. But as far as video game stores go, Sunken Treasures in Richland at the Uptown Plaza. I stop by there whenever I'm in the area, and usually, like to support the cause, so I'll usually walk away with a couple of games anyway. It's funny, I say I'm not a collector and I still buy games all the time. Yeah. You sent a Metroid Fusion for Game Boy. I remember seeing a Metroid Fusion not too long ago. I remember seeing a Metroid Fusion. Moxie! Hello, Donald from Moxie. I've been to Moxie before. I love your Hop Festival. Got a couple of friends who live in Moxie. Metroid Fusion. I'll look at that again. Well, it's funny, too. Like, the games I do play today, it's like, yeah, I play new games, and all the new games I play are on older systems. Or they're like these indie experiences, like on Switch or on Game Pass, that look like Nintendo games or Super Nintendo games, so. an ope to you as well. We it's funny. It seems like it's a Midwest thing, but I've said ope my whole life, as far as I know. Yep. Underground Iron asks, would you make a ROM hack for a paying customer that wants one made? I used to do that, but now with my busy schedule, I haven't. That's what I did the videos of, like, hey, here's how to do it yourself. All the things I show are literally all I ever do. And then it's also harder, too, because then it's like, well, how much do you charge if I'm making one game for one person that I'm not going to resell or anything like that? I know there are some artists out there who will do commissioned art. It's like, hey, thanks for your art, and now then they'll sell prints of what they did for someone else, and it's like, oh, that's cool too, with permission. But it runs at a premium. It's just easier to hack it yourself. Very time consuming. I don't have that time consumed anymore. How do you get trophies off a PS3? I don't know. I was never a trophy getter. If there was a way to turn off trophy achievements, I'll probably just do that. Wally Bear. Wally Bear and the No Gang. Oh, I got it right here. Boop. Wally Bear and the... Why am I only showing half of a... whatever. Anyway, Wally Bear and the No Game didn't work. Gang. So I'll try that again later. Wally Bear and the No Gang. I need to make another box for all the games that didn't work that I can look at later. Oh, found another Super Nintendo game behind me. Must have slipped right behind me. Yeah, Ghostbusters 2 is a great one, for sure.
EA.
Yeah, what's the hack?
Sports.
Did I do a Ghostbusters hack? I don't remember doing a Ghostbusters hack. Unless it's like the new Ghostbusters from Europe or whatever. Okay, let me get a little bit more uniform here. Oh, there's one below, that's why. Come on. Ay. There we go. Okay. Gonna fall over anyway. What else we got? Whoop. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good hack. I did not hack that, but I did put that onto a cartridge. I know the guy who hacked it, though, and he's a good dude. Yeah, he does awesome stuff. Sports game. Nope, Breath of Fire 2. Hi, Leo.
Hi.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm seeing if my standards have lowered enough.
If your standards have lowered enough to eat whatever food's in the fridge?
Yep.
There's some good food in the fridge.
I know, but it's like, I don't want to eat the special stuff. I want to save that for, like, a later me.
If you don't eat it, it will go bad eventually. So it depends on what you want, I guess.
True.
Ominous music. Does it always look like this? What's going on here? Come on now. There it goes. Creepy eyeball.
I see you.
I don't have enough strength. There. I'll turn you off, then you can go back to sleep. Breath of Fire 2. You know, it's funny. I have 2 copies of Breath of Fire 2. I had one that I got in one lot and one that I got in another lot. And I was just like, I don't like either. I mean, I like them, but I'm never gonna. At this point in my life, I'm never gonna replay Breath of Fire 2 all the way through again. That'll be another video for another time. Oh man, what a great video series that would be. I mean, it sounds pretty grim. The idea of doing a video series of like, here's me playing this game for the last time. I might actually do that.
I mean, a lot of people do Let's Plays, so it'd be sort of...
No, I mean, I'm not really much of a Let's Play guy. I'm more really like, just play it. I might do a Let's Play. I've never beaten. Sorry for the comments that may come through for this. I've never played all the way through Chrono Trigger. I've never played Chrono Trigger for more than a few hours. But everyone's always talked about how awesome of a game it is and everything. So it's like, you know, maybe Chrono Trigger would be a game I would play through, even with a Game Genie.
I'm sorry for all the comments you're going to about everyone's Chrono Trigger.
It was a Super Nintendo game. It was It's many people's favorite game of all time. A lot of people love it. Great music, great soundtrack, great everything. I'm not much for turn-based RPGs. I do count that, even though it looks a little different as a turn-based. But you know, if I could slash my sword, I would have beaten it by now. Like Secret of Mana, those kind of games, Zelda. But Chrono Trigger, I just kind of got bored with it and moved on with my life. But even if I just, patch it through with a Game Genie, unlimited life, just to go through the motions, experience it for myself, to do that. But it's all right, because for every time I've never played Chrono Trigger, someone out there has never played Princess Tomato in the Soul Kingdom. And that's the way I look at it. If you've never actually seen Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, maybe you know it for its value, but when you see it, you realize it's actually not great. Oh my goodness.
Is it really expensive or something?
Yeah, it comes with a pretty high price.
It might be rare, like rare produced or something.
It is. It was a limited stock run when it came out. Nobody really cared. It was during a time when people didn't really care for like updates or reboots. They were just like, nah, just give me a new game. I don't want to play three Nintendo games on one Super Nintendo cartridge.
Yes, you do.
Now they do. Now 100% they do. If they were, well, sure. At the time, I think the nostalgia was too soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I remember when I worked at a video store. This one's from Chicopee, Massachusetts, apparently. Video Game Castle. I love when they have rental stickers on the games. When I worked at a video store, right when I started working there was right when they were liquidating their Super Nintendo stock to make room for Nintendo 64, which tells you when I worked there. Yeah. And that game there, I remember they had a bunch of them on there. A bunch of people had a bunch of games. I remember, what's its face? Ninja Gaiden Trilogy was one of the games that was there for sale, and it was there for like $10 for like a few months. Nobody wanted that game.
How sad.
Well, because it sucks.
Oh.
But because it was a later release game, just kind of lower stock or whatever. Live stream, I will live stream Princess Tomato sometime for sure. I also need to do before the I have my game on Kickstarter, and before the Kickstarter ends, maybe on the final day of the Kickstarter, I'll stream that game too.
No, I don't mean to trigger you at all.
You don't have to, but I'm doing these for whatnot, for future wise. All the games that you're seeing in this stream are going to be on my Whatnot eventually. So if you're not using the Whatnot app, use my link. You'll get $15 off your first win. Fancy. And I need to liquidate my own stock. I need to just get rid of all the stuffs I have. I don't need to, but it's just taking up room. If I haven't played it at this point, I'm not everything, but I have a whole closet full of games. I'm just like, you know what, at this point, I've had these for, good lord, so many years. I've been on Whatnots for the last over 2 years now. I've been on Whatnot, like, they launched retro gaming as a category on Whatnot in, I think, was it August of 2021? September, October? No. It may have been late September, early October, or something like that, of 2021. And then I signed up that December. And I used to do a Whatnot stream every week. And then I did a Whatnot stream every month. And now it's like I haven't done a Whatnot stream in a while. This is not working either. So I might clean this. I got a 1-up card here. I do sell my 1-up cards online, but you probably know that already. Well, here's the 1-up card juice. Where's the 1-up card? I just had one a second ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, every game I have is part of my personal collection. You can look at it that way, I suppose. Oh, you know what? Here, I'll use a new 1-up card for these games. I use one of my own 1-up cards. Boop. Yep, thank you, Andrew. I always appreciate that. Charlie, Whatnot is an auction app. Think if TikTok Live or if Instagram Live had an auction button, where I literally just show some people do store tours, some people just do buy it now stuff. I like just doing it old school auction style, where I hold up a game and say, here's this game, I'm going to sell it right now. Starts at a couple of bucks, and then whoever wins it. I mail it out. Good to go. And that is Whatnot in a nutshell. Nutshell.
There you go.
I'm gonna have standalone boxes for Choo Choo Mimic. I wasn't. I probably will. Because even when I did my other game, my Yeah Beavis 2, when I had them made, I also had a few extra boxes and manuals made just in case something got crushed along the way. So yeah, I'll have boxes available, I'm sure. There's a game in there, but it's not telling me there's a game in there. I'm trying to play Bonk on Super Game Boy. There we go. I didn't get my copy of Courier. I have the ROM from when I reviewed it. But I'll get one eventually. I'm in no hurry. Do. So, alright. Well, Bonk works. Yeah, Super Game Boy sound emulation through a clone console, which is also emulation, is not great.
What do you mean? It sounds lovely.
No.
Music to my ears.
It really doesn't. No, yeah, music to my bleeding ears. Perfect.
Music to my huh? What?
There we go.
Do you know where the red bean paste is?
Red bean paste?
The spicy paste that you make.
Oh, yeah, for the mushroom thing. I didn't touch it. I mean, it's supposed to be in the fridge. But you might have to move stuff out of the way. I don't know. I haven't really seen it. Is it in the drawers, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Open. Yep, they're already on eBay? Probably. I don't doubt it. Yeah, Kevin, Kahan Games was saying that they're already on, like, bootleg sites. But I was like, trust me, when Yeah Beavis 2 came out for the Nintendo Switch. I had it on NES first, later on Switch and all that. And, the day that Yeah Beavis 2 came out on the Nintendo Switch, it was already available for, like, download on bootleg sites, like, that evening. So it's like, well, what you gonna do? If you're not familiar with this is spiritual warfare, by the way, and these Wisdom Tree games are always, the religious ones. Out of all of them, this one actually doesn't play so bad. This one plays a little bit more like a Zelda. It doesn't mean it's great. But out of all of them, it's actually pretty decent. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I mean, he always does a good job, though. He's like one of the OGs of Nintendo homebrews. So, and a good guy, and really, I was gonna say caring and giving, but it's like he's, supportive of everything else too. What was that?
It was funny.
Was it?
I thought so.
Jeez.
Where's the Gojin sauce? Oh.
Gojin sauce. Gojin sauce. Gojin sauce.
And then sugar.
I used to like to jump and then catch it.
And the sugar's right here, low. I thought we were supposed to take
Oh, then never mind. I thought you'd have to too.
You were wrong, Dad. Did you?
Oh.
Just.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it hurt you to not microwave it? Refrigerator?
What?
Frigerator. Yep. Hello, Stu!
Why do
Mike from PGX says hi.
I saw something.
Will you tell Mike
I want that.
I said hello?
And then I don't see it now.
Which one are you looking for?
I don't know. It was a
I think that we
Rice
got.
Krispie treat. I saw like a Rice Krispie treat, and
Oh!
I don't know where it went. Where did I see it?
I moved it somewhere.
In the bag.
Yeah, well, no, it fell in the bag, and I was like, oh, that's a good place for it for now.
Ah! There it is. I'll see you in the bag. Shut up, crazy.
Well, if you're gonna have some, I'll have some.
no.
No, let's look at this Rice Krispie treat. By the way, this, by the way,
Share.
this Rice Krispie treat, they used the entire. I bought this at a diner, and
Open it.
they used an entire box of Rice Krispies for this damn thing.
I don't think they used an entire box.
This is like, looks like one of those blocks from Solstice. This is one giant Rice Krispies treat.
Open it.
Okay.
You're like, I wish I hadn't done that.
It's only available forever on YouTube now.
Did you call yours?
I did. Yep. He's doing great.
I tried to yesterday. He was like,
I forgot what he said. He kept saying something, but just use the usual, like, I'm gonna take a big old chunk. I don't expect you're gonna eat this whole thing, but
fucking hell, man.
What?
No, I don't want this. I'll take that bit.
Oh, okay, sure.
You have the rest.
Okay, I don't need the rest.
Can I take
That's
just a tiny bite of it?
Yes.
Oh no, wait! I just want to.
Yeah. Oh, the cereal boxes. I know. I need to. I
don't know what I think of it. Not bad. It's missing something. Butter?
Nope.
What?
I think it was probably wrapped up for a while, so the butter seeped into the Rice Krispies a little bit more because it's not as crisp. But because when we make them at home, they're crisp. They're like straight from the. We don't bother even putting them into squares. We just put them into. We just eat it straight out of the bowl, out of the mixing bowl.
Oh, but the best is when you put like a Reese's peanut butter cup in the middle.
No.
You need to ruin it with all that. It's not margarine. This is butter. You can tell the difference if they use margarine or not. Because my mom used to use margarine because that's all we ever had. I know I had a proper Rice Krispies treat. I was like, oh my god, that's way better.
I like taking small bites of it.
Fucking hell.
Just what I need.
What the heck?
I'm trying to lose weight, you know. These Rice Krispies treats.
Did you see the way your child ate that?
I'm trying not to, but they didn't make it easy.
Don't choke on it.
Don't you?
Life
Did your child
with
die?
you.
Rice Krispies treat.
First they snapped, then they crackled.
And then they went pop.
If I die because of Rice Krispie treat, that's a good life.
It is. It looks like a giant sponge. Single serving? I don't think so. But
It's a family. It's a size family. For
just
four,
the way it was.
And I just so happen to be
Yeah.
a size family.
Oh,
for
you can have
four.
more than half of this. We got plenty to share. I'll have to bring some to a future convention.
What?
Rice Krispies treats.
Why?
You know, I still need to bring to a convention. The
Maybe.
TMNT turtle pies.
Both of them, I said.
Because you can get the vanilla pudding pies and then wrap them in
So,
green food coloring
if you
through
look
the
at
like a simple green food coloring powdered sugar glaze, and they look just like the TMNT pudding pies. They're perfect.
Are you still talking to us?
I spelled Ganon wrong. Did I spell Ganon wrong? I don't know.
You did.
Were you talking to us
Sorry,
or
Stu.
your stream?
Oh, both.
All of the above.
We weren't listening.
Anyone that's listening. I was listening, Dad.
I was.
About the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies.
Oh yeah, the TMNT pudding pies. That'll be a thing I bring to a future convention. Most conventions don't like it. Yeah, you gotta find facts out to do. Hell yeah, you do. Most conventions don't like you bringing food. Oh, the game spelled Ganon wrong? That figures. I don't know why I tested this. It's my own game. But just making sure it's still working. It was in my pile of stuff. With a slice of salty butter. There we go. I know, that's my thing, because like, all the butter I have. No, that's not true. Like the butter I have here are
Not butter?
no. Oh, I wiped something off the screen, but I have a touch screen. That wasn't good. The butter I have here is unsalted for cooking, so it's like. But I do have some whatever. This is a Blake. I don't know what. There's a game in here. It could be a homebrew. It could be a repro. I have no idea what's in here. No idea. Zelda music is great. Melissa, I don't know. I mean, this is the first weekend, not counting yesterday, because yesterday I was in Seattle. But I've been gone every weekend for the last 3 months, and I'm going to be gone every weekend for the next month and a half. And I usually like to do my Whatnot streams on Sunday, so I can pack them all up and then mail them out Monday. I haven't been home on a Sunday in a long time, so I'm hoping to do a Whatnot stream tomorrow. Hoping, but you never know. What do you think this is here? Because we're gonna find out right quick. It's probably a homebrew or something. It's probably one of my. It might be Choo Choo Mimic. For what's to work, that'd be great. Or it might be like Yeah Beavis 2 or something like that. Oh, forgot about this. Forgot I made this. Well, there goes that. I can't believe I did that to myself. I have made that cart before, but I'd put it in a like I would give it a like a Zelda Ocarina of Time label. I was like, oh, what's this? And you pop it in, it does that. I used to do that at conventions like a long time ago, but I haven't done that in a long time. What do we got? Yep, just did it to myself. Road to Exotics? Is it on Super Nintendo? Well, Marble Madness. Doesn't want to work. No worries. You keep it moving.
What oil do you use for cooking? You got a couple of oils. Vanilla oil and unlabeled oil.
The unlabeled is also quinoa. Depends on what you're cooking and how much oil you're using.
Mushrooms, barely any.
I might use the extra virgin olive oil in, yep, that cupboard. Yep. Should be on the bottom shelf and within grabbing distance because I use it pretty regularly. Yep. Just as much as you think you need. You can probably use more than you think, but also don't use a lot. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You need this game, my goodness. Square Penix. I hear you. Who's texting me? Or
Jay.
messaging me? It might be Jay. No. Oh, something with the group chat. I don't know. Probably Jay. Oh, I think it's your mom with memes or something. This wouldn't work. It's just an empty shell. Oh. Not the best game ever, but... Boop, 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 boop. And I usually do this stuff, the cleaning and testing stuff, I usually do it on Twitch. But it's like, I think I'm done with Twitch, you know what I mean? Why? You know, I'm not sure. Okay. I mean, she was one who made them. I might do like a medium high, but I also don't know. Contra Force. This game gets a bad rep. I like this game, but it's not. You know, it's too bad. They called it Contra to sell more games. It's too bad they did because it's not Contra. But I still like this game. It's just not Contra. Well, anyway. It works. Yeah, it's licensed. It actually came out. 95? No, it wouldn't be 95. What am I thinking? 90. It may have been 93. It was a late release for sure. Does the Konami code work? I don't think so. I didn't test it, honestly. Hi, Double E0. This Shatterhand looks a little glitchy. Now it looks better. No, it doesn't. Alright, it's the fault of the thing here. Shatterhand, one of my absolute favorite NES games. Also a late release. Yeah, I forgot what the Japanese word, what the Japanese name for Contra Force was, but it's pretty cool. How often do I play video games? Honestly, when I capture my own footage, that's when I play a lot of my own games. And when I used to stream on Twitch more often, I would stream on Twitch to make me play more games. But I'm pretty busy, you know. I have a day job. YouTube counts as another job because it's always, you know, filming and editing and analyzing and all that. Traveling to conventions and all that, and you know, we do stuff on the weekend. I'm out of town a lot of weekends, going to like Seattle or Portland or Spokane or something. So I'm in wrestling training, so that takes up time sometimes. It's all stuff. I remember when I first played this game, before Mega Man 2 came out, I first played this game. And it blew my mind. Mega Man 1. Can't go wrong. It's a good one. Oh. I was going to check out Commando. There's not even a game in that one, so I'll put that over there. Oh, no. Another mystery game. Nope. I was going to say mystery game, but it's just an empty shell. Why do I have empty shells in there, I wonder? Here we go.
Trick you.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. But I do like playing games. I try to find time, even to turn on my Xbox, just to see what's new on Game Pass. And I know that new Kitty game came out, the Little Kitty Big City, whatever it's called. I'm curious to check that out. But rarely do I actually play games all the way through anymore, except for like a lot of NES homebrews. A lot of the new games I play are like, you know, someone else's game, like a newer game on Nintendo or a newer game on Genesis or something like that. So Mario works. Oh my god, look at this. Super Mario Brothers for the NES. At one time it sold for 29 cents. 29 cents at like a Software Etc. or EB Games or something like that. These things happen. Here's a fun one. Love this game. I just talked about this game not too long ago. In my 1993. Why did I talk about North and South? Was it? Oh, you want? Maybe it was my recommendations. Like what I recommend, like 10 games on 10 different consoles, whatever. Yeah, our PlayStation, my PlayStation 5, is our Netflix, Hulu, MTV, whatever. Yeah, Yar's Revenge is fantastic. Love you some Yar's Revenge. Yeah, well, I mean, that was the thing with Super Mario Brothers, was because you couldn't even give them away because everybody already had it as the pack-in. Mario World was the same way. I remember for years, nobody wanted Mario World. But then after a while, when you start making these other things, it's like, well, Mario World doesn't come packed in with clone consoles or anything, so you get a new Super Nintendo, you want to grab Mario World again. And not that Mario World goes for a lot, it goes for 15, 20 bucks. I honestly don't know. Ken Griffey, this is not... This one I played a little bit. You figure it'd start on the Mariners, being a Ken Griffey game. You're going down to Minnesota. My sister lives in Minnesota, so I'll choose that one.
Play ball.
There is no more Kingdom. I start off pitching. Oh, anyway, it works. Yeah. I like Winning Run from Ken Griffey. The one from, like, the one from Rare. That's a good Rare. No. I'll take it through one card first. Why not?
They have really good anti-piracy software for their games.
I'm sure they do.
Especially Banjo.
Oh, I believe it. The Twins will disappoint every time. I had a friend of mine in high school who was a hardcore Twins fan. Loved had the Twins jersey, he wore it all the time. And I thought it was strange because I was like, how come you support not the team that of the area you live in? But people do, so. I love that about this game too. It does not give you an option to make it. It's like, ooh, should I start? Should I continue? Maybe I should go to the... Oh, it's too late now. You gotta make up your mind a lot quicker than that. Castlevania 4. The least like most other Castlevania games, but boy oh boy do I love it. This, I don't even know if this will work in a clone console. This is a multi-cart. Let's see if the multi-cart works in a clone console. I don't think it will. Oh, it does. Well, there you go. Oh, good. Color Dinosaur. I'm glad that's on here. Happily Ever After. That one never came out. Officially, anyway. They found the prototype and dumped the ROM, but... there's just about everything you need. Oh, dude, I've been pirating games forever. That's why I couldn't get mad when my own game was pirated. I was just like, well, turnabout's fair play, I guess.
But you wouldn't steal a car, would you?
I wouldn't steal it. I'd download one if I could, though. You wouldn't download an emotion, would you? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, well, hello from Belgium. Love your waffles. Oy. Shiver your own timbers, dude. God. Dude's he's all up here.
Shiver me timbers. You shiver your own timbers.
I know. He's all shivering his timbers all over the place. Nobody wants your timbers shivered, my friend. Okay. Here come some more games that I haven't even popped in yet. $20 for DuckTales 2. That's a deal, dude. Was that recently? Yep. DuckTales 2 is one of those games, I do have a copy of it, that I'm not married to. You know, I don't mind. I would trade it off or get rid of it or whatever if somebody needed one.
What about DuckTales 1?
Oh, I love me some DuckTales 1. No, but it's like, but I have one just in case. Like, if somebody else needs one. But it's like, you know, cool to have, may not need. DuckTales the awesome. Thank you, Larry. You didn't even leave a message or note or anything, but I'll take that. Thank you. All right, Legends of the Diamond. Have you played this one? This one's a great game too.
What's Legends of Diamond?
It is a baseball game where you can play as the Legends. I'll go old. Lame. Slide, you jerk. My thing is, like, I always test the bat just to get the timing down, and often, like, so many times in baseball games, will I test the bat, and then they'll throw the pitch so they don't have time to, like, hit the ball back or anything. I was like, oh, look at this. Woo! Left-handed sidewinder there. Okay, put those right there. I put the controller there, and every time I lean over, it falls right under my thigh bone, if you know what I mean. Well, it smells good, whatever you're making. The mushroom thingy.
Oh, thank you. Would you like a bite when it's done?
Nope.
Okay. Well, at least you're quick and honest with it. Instead of beating around the bush of like, oh, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Right now.
No.
I had a really big lunch.
I had a really big Rice Krispie treat. I
There you go.
couldn't possibly devour.
I couldn't possibly have another bite. However, can you hand me the other Rice Krispie
I'm still
treat?
eating this Rice Krispie treat. The last thing I need. But man, it's good.
First thing you need.
I know.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the problem with anything with sugar. Marshmallow, I guess, counts as sugar, right?
Yeah. I'd say so.
But once you get that sugar hit, then you're like, "Ooh, where's more? Where's more?"
Because it gives you dopamine.
Come on, King's Knight. Try it again.
Your brain honestly can become addicted to sugar.
Well.
Because of the dopamine hit.
That happens.
The more you know with Leo.
Leo indeed.
Well, I hope this tastes good.
I'm sure it'll be just fine. Come on. Well, hello. There it goes. I was gonna say my chat stopped for some reason. That was weird. Yep. That's right. Steve Hall said it best. DuckTales, ooh woo. Come on now. Oh my god, this thing's...
Did you just say ooh?
I said ooh woo.
Ah, never again.
And I'll say it again.
I'd rather you just say the Gen Alpha slang.
Well, this game looks like it might need some work. King's Knight for the Atari 2600. What do you think? Again, I'll try it a little bit here. Oh, I love me some ET for the 2600. I'll play that right now.
Do you genuinely like the game, or is it more?
I love the
people
game.
like it?
No, I actually genuinely like the game. There we go. Yay! King's Knight. From Squaresoft. The people who brought you whatever brought you this once upon a time. And if you make it to the end with all the characters, you get to play as all four at the same time. It's an interesting little game. I like it alright. Yeah, ET's, you know, just like with any game, especially for the Atari, ET's fine so long as you know how to play it. I mean, there's games like to me, Legacy of the Wizard. I loved Legacy of the Wizard for the NES. But, like, I knew what I was doing, or going, or, you know, you'd almost need the manual to, show, okay, which characters can use which items. And then from there, you can kind of figure out where to go, just through exploration. But, man, it was something.
There's just like a tutorial stage before the game.
Well, yeah, any game now. Or it would be like, you need to go over here and do this thing,
or the yellow paint. A lot of people are mad about the yellow for some games.
oh, you know. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, very Dino Ricky.
You sure you don't want to bite?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
To say, bite for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm going through. This game's gonna make the list, apparently. I need to find another box. Do you have a box over there, Leo? Lear? Or a bag? They're gone. Never mind. The games that don't work, I'm gonna do like a live open cart surgery video later. So I have Marble Madness, Wally Bear and the No Gang, and just now Robo Warrior didn't work. Robo Warrior didn't work. These are games I picked up at conventions. Can you find me like a small box? Is there a box over there that's empty or? Oh, that'll work.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'll just put those right yonder. So they're not like over here. I'll put that in here too. Thunder, 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 thundercade. It looked like I wanted to turn on for a second. Still chipping away at this giant Rice Krispie treat. Which I shouldn't. But man, oh god. Uh-oh. So, I don't mind doing a one-up card. But of any game that doesn't work... Well, that's the other thing, too, is I'm playing these on a clone console. So, if it doesn't work on this, sometimes it will still work on a proper console, and I'll do that later, not in this video, but I'll do that, like, afterwards. And then still, if it doesn't work, then I'll save those, and we'll do, like, a live open cart surgery video, something. Because it's funny, like, of all the... Like, anytime I go to conventions, people are like, you know... Oh, I love it when you do open cart surgery. And I'm like, I'm glad you say that, because those are the least performing videos on my channel. I still like doing them, but as far as, like, you know, so many people on YouTube are just like, oh, just do what works. It's like, well, I mean, it works, but the other videos I do better. Not all of them, but, you know, a lot of them. But if I do them live... Maybe that will help with the algorithm. And then once they're live, then they'll still be a full video anyway. So it's not like anything would be lost. You know, if you miss the live stream, you can still catch the video on demand, as they say. Yeah, I do like the soldering iron. I love to solder and desolder stuff when I can, for sure. It was a little bit harder when my kids a little harder when my kids were kids, like little kids. Because they're like, come up, oh, what are you doing? It's like, no, no, no. But I also wanted to make sure that they were okay and, you know, safe. And I love it that they're curious. And they've never wanted to get involved. They've never wanted to... I think Jay did once. I think Jay did... oh, no, this one works. I'll put this one in the working box. You know, they're like, oh, I'll do it. I'll fix it. I was like, oh, okay. So they did a soldering thing once, but yeah, for the most part, didn't care. Didn't care. I made myself die. That happens. I just want to make sure they work. How close am I? No, I don't know. I have more subscribers. I ever since I started that, I've always had more subscribers than Konami of America, but Konami of Japan has always had more. But it was a funny idea that I stole from a chef friend of mine, who's like, you know, subscribe to get me more subscribers than Gordon Ramsay, and Gordon Ramsay, you know, has like 4 million or 5 million, whatever he has. I was like, oh, I can do that, but let me actually shoot for a goal that might be obtainable. So like, not Nintendo, but I was like, oh, maybe Konami. But then Konami of America was already there. Is there an open heart surgery that you're the most sad it didn't work out in the end? There's a couple of them. Recently the Panic Restaurant one. Well, I say recently, it was like last year. But there's Panic Restaurant I couldn't get to work, and there was somebody did send me a sculptor's cut for 64, and I couldn't get that to work either. So that's always kind of sad. I was like, this would have been fun. Yeah, Bright Boy probably doesn't have a clue. What I need to do, really, honestly, just between you and I, is I should just... I still have Bright Boy. I should just buy some Bright Boy and then pour them into smaller bottles. Because this bottle, the same bottle I've been using, is the same bottle I've always had. I've never bought a second bottle. I've never even bought that one. That was a gift. I should just buy some Bright Boy, pour them into smaller vials that are a little bit more obtainable, and then sell those for cheap. And I'll call it my own thing. That's probably what they did. That's, you know... Or make my own, you know, but... Yeah. If open cart surgery was what the channel was and I did nothing else, then maybe, but... This game doesn't get a whole lot of love either. Ikari Warriors is classic, iconic. Ikari Warriors 2, I think, is terrible. But Ikari 3 is pretty good. I still have so many more games to go. I don't think I'm gonna get to all of the games in this video here, but yeah, Ikari 3 is actually a pretty good game. Taking off the price stickers from conventions. Ikari, oh, Contra for sure. On the NES, Contra. In the arcade, I might say Ikari Warriors because I like that how the little pivot controller. And Contra in the arcade is just kind of weird. I mean, I still liked it okay. This game too. There's a great game in VR that's like that, but VR. If that makes sense. Oh yeah, we have a local. We call it. It's just called The Pub. It's literally the name is The Pub. And they have not Operation Wolf. The other one. Operation Thunderbolt. They have that one there, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, I think our local, who had Ikari Warriors? No, who had Operation Wolf growing up? I think our local Pizza Hut did. Now here's a game that's A-okay with me. Usually when I get like tattoos at conventions, you can't even see it. There it is. There it is. Whatever. Anyway, whenever I get tattoos at conventions, I just get whatever they have, whatever Flash stuff they have. But I would love to get a Shadowgate tattoo eventually. Love the music of that game too. And again, like you talk about, like, oh, like, you know, I don't actually play a lot of these games anymore because I've already played them. It's still kind of fun to go through the motions. Sometimes it's, I just want to do that, you know, especially like when I stream on Twitch. It's like, you know, random NES games or whatever. But then even playing that little bit, I was like, man, I want to play this game again. I used to be able to speedrun it. I don't know how fast I was versus other players now. I should look up to see what the fastest speedrun is. Non-exploit speedrun is of Shadowgate. But I used to be able to go through the game in like half an hour. So I was like, oh. Same with Deja Vu. Yep. Soldering is not bad. Soldering is more of a... yeah, the pub at Glenwood Square. Well... Because there's like the pub where the restaurant is, and then down the hall, that's where they have like the air hockey, the pool tables, that little shuffleboard thing. And there's a few arcade games back there. A few, not a lot, but a few. The Operation Thunderbolt first player, it wasn't working last time I was there. Anyway, sound service works. I love the pub though. I love their Cubano. Yeah, I haven't played through Symphony of the Night since it came out on PlayStation 3, probably 15 years ago. I would like to play through that again now. And Link to the Past, I think I've only... Oh, man, when was the last time I played Link to the Past? Probably 20 years ago.
The gnocchi mushrooms were really good. Mom
Good.
liked them a lot.
Oh, good.
They weren't as spicy as hers.
Okay.
They were more sweeter.
No, that's not bad.
She says that mine was better.
Okay. Well, awesome.
But now there's like mushroom stuck in between my teeth because it likes doing that.
Mm.
We love that. Love you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other games they had at the pub, but... Oh, helps if I turn it on. Hi, Rerez. Yes, you know, I came from the day. I came from a time when Castlevania was the only Castlevania. There was just Castlevania. I would play it as versus Castlevania in the arcade. And even I'm here to say Symphony of the Night is my favorite Castlevania game. I love the DS Castlevania games as well. There's 3 Castlevania games on the DS. And if you love Symphony of the Night and you haven't checked those out yet, it's awesome. They're all great. All 3 of them are great. And I wish they would do a compilation that had those DS games. I don't know how they would do the touchscreen stuff, but I'm sure they could figure something out. Anyway, this game works. Anyway, I won't play it. I just wanted to make sure it works. Get in here. Alright, what's next? Oh, Battle Blaze. Yep. To the point. Where? When? Symphony of the Night came out. By the time it came out in the United States, I already beat it on... I wanted to play that game. As soon as I saw pictures of it, I was like, oh my god, they're doing a 2D Castlevania game on the PlayStation 1. And I imported most of my games during that time anyway. So I bought it as Dracula X Nocturne of the Moonlight. Or Dracula Nocturne of the Moonlight. Which is still very beatable without needing to know a whole lot about Japanese. I knew a little bit, but not a lot. And but I couldn't wait, so I played through that first. And then when it came out in the United States, I was like, oh, even better. Now I can play it in English. And then that's when I'm like, oh, that's what that thing is. Okay. No, I don't have a Steam Deck yet. I still don't have a Steam Deck. I have a bunch of mini PCs that mini PC companies keep sending me. It's like, here, please do a video on it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with these. I don't have a Steam Deck yet. I still use my Switch for my travel system. I've heard Steam Deck is the way to go, though. I know several who prefer Steam Deck for their travel system of choice. No. I like how it's okay. At least it works. Yep. Bad Matt. I have not. I've been chopped, but I haven't been to chop class yet. If that makes sense. But I have been chopped, and it didn't tickle. It wasn't. It wasn't as bad as I would have thought. But I'm sure once you have it done several times in a row, it's probably not great. But yes, I've been chopped. No, I have not been to chop class yet. Nor am I going to ask for extra homework by finding out when that's going to be. I love me some Simon's Quest. I love Simon's Quest. It's off-center, and I think that's because I'm using a clone console. Because on my screen, it looks fine. No, it doesn't. Not anymore, it doesn't. I'll play this in a proper console before I call it working, but... Speedy Gonzalez. I used to love Speedy Gonzalez. And Slowpoke Rodriguez. Yep. Good night. They literally wrote a price down on the tape and then taped it with literal Scotch tape to the cartridge. You got to partake. Took 50 of them. Yeah. Hurts worse? Is it because their arm bone structure or something? Or, you know, like less muscle definition or something? I'm not sure. This game also may not work. Oh, it was Looney Tunes. Everyone was packing heat back then. Again, this game may not work because it's one of those high-end Koei games. I didn't think so. All right. I'll play it in a proper console. It's L'Empire. I'll show you what this looks like. Napoleon. Well, you know. Thinner fingers. Feel like you're getting hit with a whip. Oh yeah, I guess so, huh? Yeah, it makes a loud sound, and yeah, there are some who don't. There are just some who just don't chop. They don't need to. That unmistakable sound, though. Do you hear that sound? That beautiful sound. It's the sound of clean. Wait. The sound of clean white shorts turning brown. There we go. Legacy of the Wizard. Great game. Love the music to this one, too. I was just talking about Legacy of the Wizard a little bit ago. If you play as Poochie, you will not take damage from the monsters. Look at your little face. Look at your little face when you shoot your magic. I love it. You're about to get stomped by a mutt. Yeah. No, I wouldn't. Might not be too bad then. Didn't qualify. Oh, yeah. Well, if it means you're safe, it's all good, I guess. Huh? Oh God, Greg Valentine. Don't get chopped by that guy. I'll leave a permanent dent in your chest. Another Operation Wolf. Looks good to me. Yeah, Broderbund always made some pretty good games. I say always. I have a Broderbund game in my hand right now. That's special. It's special, all right. I have this pile of stickers. Former price stickers of all these games I haven't even tested yet. Come on. There we go. Operation Wolfgang Amadeus, yes. Yes, please. Here we go. Oh, come on now. It's not working. Let's try this again. Oh. Let's add some more fluid. The Jeff Hardy concert, huh? Anybody see the Aurora Borealis yesterday? I was in Seattle when that happened, so it's kind of cool to see it. You got the Space Needle there and everything. Social media feeds full of Northern Lights pictures. All right. Sorry, Deadly Towers. Deadly Towers wasn't working. Put it right there. We'll check it out later. And again, it still may work. It still may work. It just may not want to work on this clone console that I'm using right now. Yeah. Hey, trust me, I don't care for Deadly Towers either, but this one's pretty cool. I like this one. Oh, geez. Take damage to the very first enemy that shows up. This is an interesting one, too. Like, this is the first level. And in the Japanese version, it's like the 8th level. It's like, why do you start so far in the game? Oh, that doesn't go up there. This one actually works. I'm going to put this one down here. Oh, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I've always said Astyanax. I've heard Astyanax. There is a commercial for it, and the commercial does something really weird. But I was like, I don't think that's it. But they didn't correct him. Another great game from Rare. Let's try cleaning it. I do like Golden Axe. I do like Legendary. I was a huge fan of the TurboGrafx 16 when it first came out. Still am. But I was one of the guys who actually had a TurboGrafx 16 when it came out. But I never had Legendary Axe, ever. Yeah, I liked the first Wizards and Warriors, and I like the second one a lot too. I like the second one a lot. I like how some people do their games differently at conventions. Whoever I bought these from put a sticker on the spine, which is good, so you can clearly see what the game is and then how much it costs. And then, but then he wrapped the whole thing in a little plastic bag. I was like, oh, you didn't need to do that, but cool. Yeah, Keith Courage. Keith Courage came with a Legendary Axe, and I mean, there may have been was there a late release TurboGrafx 16 that came with like Keith Courage Legendary Axe, bonk or something like that, maybe. Here's a fun one. Yeah, I remember before Bonk's Adventure came out. Sure. Hey, don't forget to play a Flying Dragon and Kung Fu Heroes. Yay! Come on, how do I do the crazy shots? Oh, well. That's a good one. Wait. We have... Oh, this was a good one. This is kind of a creepy one. Turbo Express was cool because you could play the same games at home as you could portably. What wasn't cool was the screen had that weird resolution that made it so you couldn't really read text very well. But it was pretty cool. I still have one. I have mine with a modded screen. But it just sits in a box. It's another thing I just should get rid of. My TurboGrafx 16 and my TurboGrafx 16 games. There was a TV adapter. There was a TV adapter for the Turbo Express, just like there was a TV adapter for the Game Gear, which I also didn't have. Well, another game for open cart surgery later. I just want to see what games are working and get those to work first. Oh, I made a brief mention of this game earlier. If you were here during the Giant Rice Krispie Treat thing, then maybe you'll remember what game I was talking about when I made mention of what the Rice Krispie Treat itself looked like. Come on. Come on. Pile of stickers on my lap. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I used to have the one for Game Gear. And never used it. Like, I was like, I'm not going to use this. I should have, though, I guess. Music. Amazing music for this game. But it works. Hold on. Let me fix a couple of these games down here. They're starting to fall over. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. Put these here. Those there. Here. Those. That. This. Like that. Perfect. Woo! Oh. We should at least play this game for the first round just to see the cutscene. Hi, Jeff. Hello, Yef. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, hey. From Namco, huh? It was hard to play pretty much any other boxing game that wasn't Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, because it's like, just, yeah, punch them before they punch you. I can do that. Do that all day. Like, where's the strategy in that? Yep, it's just me. Oh no! Alright, if I can outlast... 9 more seconds. There we go. That's a little something for you. Anyway. I remember boxing for the 2600. From Activision, I think. Because it's like overhead. Had pretty good animation for being an Atari game. Uh-oh. So it might not want to work. Alright. Open cart surgery later it is. So we got. Oh. Oh, come on. Dude. There we go. Work for me, boy. Come on. Oh, this system. I gotta get a new one. Work for me, boy. Still doesn't want to work. I'll try it one more time with the one-up card. You need them all? All of them. Work for me, boy. Come on, POW. Stands for please operate willingly. Doesn't want to cooperate. Open cart surgery later it is. Days of Thunder. Oh, sure, Days of Thunder works. Fine. Lame. Whatever. Done. As long as it works. Oh, here comes a wrestling game. Which wrestling game do you think it is? Which wrestling game do you think it's going to be? I wish it was WCW. I love that one. Tag team wrestling. Lame. Oh, come on, you can't do that. Lame. Boop. Well, that's right, the Strong Bads. That's where Strong Bad got his name. Come on now. I don't know why you just use a 1-up card. I could just blow into all of them, you know? This still doesn't just even feel right. Let me try adding more solution. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. I had a ColecoVision. Have you ever fixed a cart by blowing into it? Oh, all the time. I think more often than not, it's just the act of like taking the cartridge out and putting it back in. But if it works, it works. And it was funny because like nobody taught anyone that. It was just they did it and it worked. Here's Worm. Kind of an interesting game on this one. I like this one, but I don't know. Damage. Lame. Get my shield back up. It was funny, I blew into NES games, but I never blew into, did I do that for Super Nintendo games? I may or may not have for Super Nintendo, but I know I never blew into, like, Nintendo 64 games. So for me, it was, like, only, like, an NES thing. Yeah, I don't think I ever did for Super Nintendo. Like, I never needed to or wanted to, I don't know. That's right, Nintendo tapes. Nintendo tapes. You know, the manual for Skate or Die literally calls it a cartridge. Oh no, not cartridge, cassette. No. Anyway, this game works now. Work for me, please. I'm gonna try this one more time. Now that it has the new stuff on it. Watch it work now. Watch it work now. Well, see, now it works. Just needed more stuff on it. Boom, 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 boom. Well, that was one of the beautiful things about Atari 2600 was Atari games came with that dust shield. that was spring-loaded. I was like, why couldn't you do that for NES? It was such a good idea. Great invention. Not that Yoshi works. Well, don't give me the bottom half. That didn't do me any good. Yeah, totally. Like, VCRs are selling. Make one that looks like a VCR. It's like, okay. Oh, God. I almost lost my box of NES games. It would have just fallen on the kitchen floor, but still. Boy, here's a game that... something. And it's not working, so even better. That's right, Super Nintendo Junior had the Death Trap also. Oops, wrong way. I did get a Battletoads working. I did. There it is. This game's not glitched. It just looks like this. And sounds like this. Based on the arcade game, believe it or not. This game had so much potential. I'll take that. Club? Nope, maybe not. There we go. Oh, I'd rather have that. Cool. Boy. It's pretty rough, but it's something. I don't remember if this game starts with the cutscene. Let's find out. My favorite Double Dragon game on the NES. Nope. I just thought it was interesting. Like the A and B buttons, one button attacks one way, the other button attacks the other way. And if you hit your button at the same time when you land, you get a shining wizard, or shining the B trigger. There you go. It's called The Revenge. Double Dragon, the first one, thugs come up, punch her in the stomach, take her away, there you go. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, if you played in the arcade or anything else, it starts off with the thugs coming up and killing your girlfriend, shooting her with a gun. It's like, okay, so that's what we're going to do. This one even came with the instruction manual. It's kind of fun, so I'll take that. Do that one later. Yeah, that was me too. I only had, I couldn't even tell you how many NES games I had at any given time. There's one time I had probably 15, maybe. But yeah, I would rent games all the time, or I would borrow games from friends. But the games I had were pretty quality, you know. So I had like, you know, I should do a video on that sometime. Like, here are the games I had at a certain time in my life. I remember having. Well, and lucky me too. We had a literal store in my town. I've talked about it on my channel once or twice. We had a rental store in town, and I don't know what their end game was, but we had a rental store in town where they would also work as a trading center for Nintendo games, where you could trade literally any of your games for literally any of their games. So the neighborhood kids would go in there, and you know, it would be like, well, you know, I'm done with, you know, I'm done with Double Dragon 2 and POW and Athena, whatever, and I'll just take them in there, and then I'll just see what they have, and be like, well, any 3 new games is good enough for me because I'm not playing these ones currently. So I would do that pretty regularly too. But there's some games like Mega Man 1 and 2 and 3, and a couple of other ones I would just never trade. Like these ones I'm keeping forever. But other ones like Athena. Yeah. Oh, good call. It was Strider. And funny because now Strider's not working at all. It was working broken, now it's not working whatsoever. I've never beaten Uninvited. Uninvited is another game I need to go all the way through. I got stuck in a part where I didn't know what to do next, and I didn't want to look up a walkthrough at the time, and then I got to the point where I just forgot what I was doing. It wasn't working, here he goes. One stiff blow right in the middle, that's all I've ever done. I was hoping it was going to work. It's not working. Okay, I'll look at it later. Some people do the harmonica method. No, I was just one stiff shot right in the middle. That was good enough for me. I knew someone, his name was Justin, I'm going to call him out, in the Seattle area.
Specifically, right in this location.
Yeah, here's his address. No, nothing like that.
Here's the social security number.
He, like, because blowing in Nintendo games, it's fine. Whatever. You know, like, you're not supposed to do that because your particles will then attract more dust. Whatever. If it works, it works. I'm not the person to say one way or another. He would literally put his lips on the cartridge and blow. I was like, okay, that's something. You've heard of Adventure Island and Adventure Island 2 and Adventure Island 3. This is Adventure Island 4. It's a repro. It's not a real game. I mean, it's a real game. It's a real cartridge, but it's a repro for Adventure Island 4. Translated. This one's translated. Never came out in the U.S. That's my thing too. That I told some of those guys, where it's just like we have all these there's so many Monster World games. Wonder Boy and Monster World and all that, and the remakes and the rehashes and the collections. It's like, where's my Hudson's Adventure Island collection? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, the 2 for the Super Nintendo, the TurboGrafx 16 version, the Wii version, the Game Boy versions. Give me that game. That's the one I want. All right, hold on. I'm gonna make another stack here. I'll just put all of them over here. I have a lot more games than I thought to go through. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Well, I know someone at Digital Eclipse, and they do a lot of like new games and compilations and stuff like that. I was like, man, I know you have a link with Konami because you did a Konami something or other once for like a Hudson Soft thing. So it's like, I know you can do this. So that's my vote. I know it's not up to you, but letting you know that if it was a possibility, I'd be down as a fan. Yeah. Do they have Phantasy Star and Game Boy Advance? Yes, they do, don't they? I gotta look that up again. Oh, I played me a lot of Military Madness. I don't even like strategy games, and I love me some Military Madness on the TurboGrafx 16. Another iconic NES game that I've never beaten is Blaster Master. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with there still being games I've never beaten. Yeah, well, man, there's a lot of Castlevania ripoffs. I was literally just looking at a game on Steam just today that was totally another... Well, it wasn't really Castlevania, but... Yeah, there's a lot of games that are, like, inspired by Castlevania. And it's like, hey, that's good enough for me. Let the fans who love them make the things. Oh, here's another Battletoads. Let's see if we can get this working. I mean, again, the hope is they all work. But sometimes they just don't. It works. Wow, 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 wow. Let's see if I can hit that warp as soon as it starts. Probably not. There was a Game Boy version of Battletoads something. Battletoads the arcade game? Something like that. There's a version of Battletoads on the Game Boy that has never come out. There's never been any pictures that I know of. And there's one known copy, and it belongs to the person who made it. And he won't release it, because it's his. And it's also not his. You know. I was like, oh, come on. Let me borrow it just so I can dump the ROM. I was talking to the guys at Midwest Gaming Classic. Ah! Just ran out of time. Okay. Yeah, Battletoads is fantastic. Hello.
Hi, hi.
You staying the night tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, because Mother's Day is tomorrow, and I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because they're just 12, so then I'm the first person to say Happy Mother's Day to Mom. Yeah, probably not.
Before there was Metal Gear Solid. Well, there was Metal Gear, but there was also this game. Here's my papers. Oh, captured by the enemy. Well, the hell with that. Oh, do you? Yeah. It plays okay for the NES. I don't care about the helicopter part. I just want to play the going around and doing stuff. I was gonna say I have all the. I thought it was impossible to collect a complete collection for Atari 2600. Try going for a complete DOS collection. That's only a bazillion games. Come on, this game's got to work. This is like a $100 game here. Oh.
Not gonna lie to you. These are really good.
Oh, good.
And I like it's a cute design. It's a cute bottle.
I'm glad you love it.
Bit of tugboat.
Yeah, I was when I got into Atari games I didn't know existed. Mega Mania was when I was like, oh, it's not just Mega Man. Here's Race America. I keep kind of forgetting how to play this game. So you start with who you want to race against. Doesn't matter what my name is. That's good enough.
People will name their character. Ah!
Just all A's. It's also the castle. Lance Slick. What a great name. I remember playing. I remember when Pac-Man for the Atari was the thing, and I was just like, I know it's not the arcade game, but fine by me. All right, this game is different. It's like you have to. So you have to do this part first, and then I have to get past this guy, and then I get the full screen, and then he's in the background. Like a chump. Until I get hurt or something. Anyway. Race America, Hidden Gem. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's like a $100-ish game or something like that. Yay.
In your face.
In your face.
In my face. What?
Yes. In my face, please. Wait, what?
In my face, please. Please and thank you.
Another great game. Come on. Name. Some of the best graphics of any NES game I've ever played in that one. Make sure my kids don't need me for anything. Hold on. Cool. Good. And this game works. My second Shatterhand, apparently. Not that I'm complaining, I guess, but you know. Yeah, it's not worth it. Not as bad as some other Nintendo games. But yeah, I hear you. Super C. I do like these. I like Super C more than Contra. I don't know why. I just did. Cool. Looks good. Oof. Ooh. Heavy shredding. Yeah, you know what's funny? I still don't have that, the new Contra. I forgot. It's funny. They literally sent me they sent me like a promo code to use, and I didn't use it in time. Now it doesn't work. They took it back. But I mean, it's a cheap enough game. I can always just buy it if I want to play it. But I've just been so busy those last few months. I haven't had time for much. Oh, it's just my microphone. I can't boost it up any further than it is. These things happen. This is an interesting one, too. This is the yellow card version. I love Ace Metroid 2, and there it is. Just like that. Anywho, oh yeah. You know, it's funny. I had a literal friend named Justin Bailey when that game came out. Or not when that game came out, but like, you know, later in life, I guess. This game's freaking out. Hmm. I wish I had the Nintendo cereal system. One of the cereal boxes I don't have. It's alright, though. I remember not even liking the cereal, but I still got it because it was Nintendo, you know.
If you peel off the label, it shows the Japanese text.
Oh, fun.
The nutrition.
Nice.
I just find that cool. Sorry.
No, that's great. Yep. Zelda on one side, Mario on the other. I still have some cereal. I just don't have the box. But somebody actually opened the cereal box just to flatten the box, and he sent me the cereal. I was like, well, thanks. I'll still eat it in a video, I guess. But
What Mario cereal?
it was the Super Mario, or the Super Nintendo cereal system is what it's called. It was, had Mario on one side, Zelda on the other.
Because I remember there was a Super Mario Odyssey cereal
Oh yeah,
that had an amoeba. That was actually really cool.
yep. I still have that one. I still have a box of that.
And I remember using the Nintendo. I remember using the amiibo to scan it for not Super Mario Odyssey, but instead,
You can scan it for anything. It's a basic, just default.
I scanned it for
That's too bad. This is not working yet. I'll fix it later, though. Hopefully.
Super Smash Bros.
Oh, there you go.
Super Smash Brothers.
Nice.
And it just showed Mario, but I thought it was cool that it worked on like any game, instead of just
Are you
Super.
still streaming?
Yep. What? I'm almost done though. Skater Die 2. Yeah, so many cereal's not the same anymore, but I still love it. I love cereal. No, thank you. Ghosts and Goblins. This one comes with the instruction manual. There it goes. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. Comes with the instruction manual on that one. That's good news. Oh, I loved ice cream cone cereal. It's my favorite one. Yeah, the reboot wasn't nearly as good, but the old school one that had like the waffle cones, like the sugar cones, and then there's like cookies and cream or whatever. I know there's this chilling in a graveyard, dude. Hey, speaking of which, here's this game. Pretty clean copy on this game too that I have. Dracula. It's funny. I play this of all systems. I play this mostly on the Sega CD, but it actually works okay on the NES. That's what it looks like when he looks at you. Look at that sprite work. Yay. Fred Fuchs, huh? Mask was my #1 favorite. And at least not on consoles. I mean, I'm sure there's a Mask computer game. Stu might have more information on that. But as far as like a toy line and cartoon series, I loved Mask. More for the like. It was funny. I liked. I grew up. My first favorite was Masters of the Universe, He-Man, and I liked both the cartoon and the toys. And then Transformers, I liked both. But then Mask was my favorite. I remember liking Mask like my favorite for a while. And I watched the cartoon, but I was more interested in the toys. I don't know. I have a Mask figure. I have a volcano in the background of all my videos. Yeah, I just like the concept of the vehicle could also be another vehicle, and then they all have a superpower that they use with their mask. And then when they assemble the team, like they're always like in the middle of their day job, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta go." I'm being beckoned by Matt Track. Oh, I have a T-Bob up there too, I guess. Yeah. And then Ghostbusters, I liked the toys, but I was the cartoon, the Ghostbusters cartoon. If you haven't looked back at that in a while, the writing on it is actually pretty good. Yeah, I didn't have Bunker Hill. I wish I did. I had Snake Mountain. I really didn't get the sets. I mostly just got the figures and the toys and stuff. Like just, I never got the play set or anything. Like I, never had the hanger or the what's that what was that giant GI Joe one? Like the aircraft, whatever. But yeah, I never had Castle Grayskull, but I had Snake Mountain. That's something. I also unironically loved GoBots. I loved the GoBots cartoon of all things, which was kind of cheap, and then the toys themselves. Some of the GoBots toys are like metal and stuff, like Turbo. But I don't know. It was around It was around late 80s, right around when like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, where I was like, okay, no more toys. I did buy a couple of the Ninja Turtle toys, but I wasn't really into toys at that time because that was me going into like middle school, high school, and I was like, okay, no more toys for me. I liked GoBots because I could afford them. I couldn't afford Transformers on the most part. You know, the smaller ones maybe, but GoBots were like $5 each or whatever they were. So okay. Okay. Another round. Yeah. And then when Power Rangers came out, I was completely out. He-Man slime pit. I had a slime pit. It may have been from He-Man. Like where you can capture, like, oh, we're gonna put you in your place and then put slime on them and stuff. I had that. I remember robotics being a thing, but like not having them. Oh, there you go. The Tonka trucks. Those things will stand anything. But I'm a product of the early days. So yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. Is all the games I'm testing them and cleaning them. Usually just a one-up card, just to see if they work. If they don't work, I'm putting them in a different box, and I'll do like a live open card surgery video later. It looks like Bionic Commando doesn't want to work, so that's going in the box. Oh, here's a fun one. I liked the Voltron cartoon, but I never had the toys. Was there a toy? There had to have been a toy line. Of course, there's a toy line. Why would they not? Oh, we just have a cartoon where you can't capitalize and get toys. There's other toys that didn't even have a cartoon series. Like there was the what was it called? What was that series called? Not the Defenders. They had like saw blades and stuff on their chest. Robotectors? Wasn't that? It's a name I keep remembering every once in a while, but I can't remember it long term. Forgot what it was called, but those were really cool. And a couple of those. Fluid. Yeah. Jason the Wheeled Warriors was certainly a hidden gem of a cartoon as well. What's going on here? Doesn't even feel like it's going in. I'll have to look at this one later. This feels weird. Look at that one later. Yeah, I liked Transformers for the first year. And then when they did the movie, That's when I stopped watching it. And I was literally just like overnight. So like, well, not interested in this anymore. It was also during a time when I was doing other stuff too. You know, I wasn't just watching cartoons and playing with toys. I was also in the Garbage Pail Kids. I was in the, whatever else. Greetings from Brazil. Was bon notte. Bon noche? Trying to remember. I need to get back in my Duolingo. Hey, there we go. Yep, 88's a good year. There's a lot of great stuff in the 90s, too. You know, the later Power Ranger stuff. You know, you saw the evolution of all that, if that was your thing. I remember the Garbage Pail Kids movie, for sure. It looked super creepy, but I liked it. Oh yeah, glowworm. Nothing wrong with glowworm. Oh god. Oh, even better. Every time I turn it on, it's something different. Well, let's see what we can do with this one. Yeah, we have a few of those. I have a My Buddy and a kid sister. I have a My Pet Monster. Again, for no reason. Like, I'm not holding on to them for any reason. I just take them to the next. Well, I have a convention coming up next weekend, actually, so maybe I'll bring them to that. So somebody could use them. I need less stuff. Yeah. I was working at Rite Aid when Tickle Me Elmo was the #1 toy. And that was something. I did like me some Mad Balls. I thought Mad Balls was super cool. I loved Mad Balls. Alright. You know what? We'll look at this one later. I'm actually just about out of room in my box of games to fix from all the games I've... Well, that's the other thing, too, is if it doesn't work here, I'm using a clone console, so you can kind of see. And if it doesn't work here, I'm going to test it on my... I'll test it on my actual non-clone. Because sometimes it'll work on that just fine, and just not on this. Yep, I had a My Buddy. I mean, I still do. I didn't have one when I was a kid, but I have one now. And a kid sister. Mad Balls were fun. Love the eyeball. Yeah, Treasure Trolls come back in style every once in a while. Yep. Recognize this one? Capcom. Oop. I did. I was in Seattle when the Northern Lights were happening, and I saw them pretty well from where I was. Not as well as some others, but it was still kind of cool to see. I saw it better through my phone than like with the naked eye, but it was still super cool. I've been to Alaska and didn't even see them in Alaska. Oh, My Buddy still creeps my kids out, and they look in the closet. It's buried now, so they can't see it. But yeah, I think that's kind of the point with like the Chucky and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a few. 6 games and 1 board game if you're in Japan. Is there another one too? Maybe. Yeah, because they just kept on making sequels. Yeah, Monster in My Pocket's a good one. That's a good NES game too. I don't think I have it anymore. I might have it here, so we'll see. There's one game I keep talking about on my channel. Love Rescue at the Embassy Mission. Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin. Any of those were always kind of weird, you know. Another skater die. Blah, 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 blah. I have some duplicates here too, so that's gotta make sure when I do my whatnot stream. Yeah. I pulled out a new 1-up card just for this stream. And it's just nice, you know, it's just nice to do that first before popping it in your own systems and stuff. Just so you know. Just so you know. California City, California. I didn't know there was a California City, California. That was always the fun part about Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, putting in your own, like, Beastie Boys or something. Yep. I know we had one of the last remaining Radio Shacks in my town. Not the last one, but one of the last ones. When everyone else was closing. We still had ours for like another year. But they finally closed shop. I was sad when it did, because I always bought my solder there. Back when I'd like solder stuff all the time. I get my solder tools there, but wasn't enough. There it is. Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum. Working. Oh. Come on. There we go. And this one too. Perfect. Perfectamundo. Here's another game I really like. This Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. Yeah, I never got it. You know, it's funny. As much as I love Shadowgate, I never got into any other Shadowgate. Because they had Shadowgate, they had Beyond Shadowgate for the PC and whatever, TurboGrafx 16 CD. Doesn't play nice. Shadowgate 64, wish it was better. You know, they had the VR Shadowgate was okay. I like that one okay, but I was hoping for just Shadowgate but in VR, and not like a new Shadowgate experience. Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. In Japan, it's on the disc system, and it's Roger Rabbit. So there's that. Met at Pasadena. Can't wait to see you. Yep, I'm coming back. It's been a long time. That's not true. I was in Pasadena at SoCal Gaming Expo in 2019, and then I went back in 2001, but haven't been back since. So, looking forward to coming back. And it's going back to the Pasadena location, which is a wonderful location. So, I'm going to that one. I'm bringing my kid, one of my kids. Bringing my stuff. I have a specific something air freshener. I made an oddly specific air freshener just for that SoCal Expo. So, smells awesome. Yep, I like Deja Vu quite a bit too. I never played the you know, it's funny. I can play it anytime, but they made a Deja Vu 1 and 2 for Game Boy, and I never played the second one on Game Boy. I really should. Yep. Millipede's okay. They made a few arcade games for this NES, which was weird. Like Millipede, Defender 2, Joust. Joust was on NES. Here's Iron Tank. If you like Ikari Warriors, it's just Ikari Warriors, but you're always in a tank. Nothing wrong with that. Wait. And these ones should work. The source I bought these from, I can tell by the green tags. The source I bought these from is very trusting and very reputable. So. Another game I don't know how to play. Yes. There you go. Kind of a cool opening graphic there, at least. I wish there's more to it than that, but... Yay! Love Cobra Triangle. So whenever I hear like Rule of Rose on PlayStation, I'm like, the wrestling game? I don't know. You know, I'm thinking Rumble Roses. It's like, no, it's not. It's not Rumble Roses. Okay. Here comes another. These are the games I grabbed at the Washington State Gaming Expo. We'll see what we do here. +2 hours of cleaning carts. Do you have any? I do. I have a whole bottle of it, and I just keep refilling my my little 1-up card ice squeezer thingy. But where did I just put my 1-up card? Here it is. Yeah, I have been sitting on all these games for so long. I was like, I better test them out to make sure they work and start getting rid of them, because I have a bunch of games that I don't need. So these are all my extras and duplicates and stuff I picked up cheap recently, and I put it up on Whatnot. Another copy of that. So I'm going to have a couple of duplicates. But the good news with duplicates is I can do one on one stream and then save the others for another stream. Well, I do love Metal Gear. Or Metal Slug, I mean. Yeah, I used to have Zombie Nation was one of the games I bought in the late 90s. I was like, this is weird. Karnov, great one. Ever fix a game and then it breaks and doesn't work later? Probably. But usually, like, whenever I fix a game, it goes back out in the open. Like, rarely do I have any of my own games that I've fixed and then kept. I mean, I'm sure I have. I know I have, but yeah, sometimes it just goes back to just cleaning them, you know. It was Karnov. I love Monster Party. Love me some Monster Party. Very good game. Well, this looks weird. Let's try a little bit more. Oop. For about 5 hours today. Good lord. Congratulations. Archon's an interesting one. I never quite got into it, but you know, it's interesting. Uh-oh. Well, okay. I'm gonna put this in the box for open cart surgery later. Okay. Fluid. Okay. Wrath of the Black Manta, love that one. Whose is this? Oh, this is also Graham. Okay. From Graham Games in the Northwest. Come on. No. If it has an original rental sticker on it, I'll keep it. But if it has like a new price sticker, no. Cool. I didn't just purchase these. These are games I picked up in trades, in lots. Some of them I bought at recent conventions. And I never really got around to cleaning them and testing them until now, just to make sure they actually work. You know, I think reproduction carts are great, so long as people aren't selling them as legit cartridges. But if it gives people a reason to play, you know, a game that they don't want to spend $500 for, they just want to play the game, I got nothing wrong with that. As long as it's priced accordingly. Like, don't be charging extra money just because it's the price of parts. You know, no one should ever charge extra just because, you know, it's a little Samson, for instance. It's like it's the same price. But fortunately, a lot of people do that. You know, it's just like, you know, here's a fake. But if you want to play it on actual hardware, I got nothing wrong with that. However, you need to play these games. Because if you did go out and buy a legitimate copy of Little Samson, Nintendo's not getting any of that money. Taito's not getting any of that money. 100% of those proceeds go to the reseller. Now, if you want to have a legit copy of Little Samson, sure, that's fine. Or any game, you know, I just say that. You know, Earthbound, whatever. Conker's Bad for a Day. But if you just want to play it, you're just like, I just want to play it. I just want to experience it. I got nothing wrong with that. Some people like using, you know, and emulation's great for that too. But some people still like using it through a controller on their TV, and I'm that way too. It's just like I can play something whatever. It feels a little empty. But I do have a CRT, and when I test something on the CRT, it just looks cleaner. It just looks better. And I was like, that's the way it should look. And that makes me want to play games on that. Just because, you know, like, you know, I forgot that the opening scene to Air Fortress, the stars are actually twinkling. Now, if I play it on a flat screen, they're not. But if I play it on a CRT, the stars are twinkling. It's like some games are missing out for that. But that's just me. I certainly don't speak for the masses on that. Yeah, and a lot of people are smart about it too. Like, especially, you know, like most conventions won't allow repros of legit US games, which is nice. Sometimes they still come out, sometimes they still come through, and you know, what are you gonna do? You know, sometimes, most of the times, like the repros you see are translated versions of games that never came out here, and I'm totally for that. NES is NE best. That's the way I look at it. There's so many great games on the NES. And games that some people still haven't even discovered. Not discovered, but you know, there are some games where there are even people who grew up with NES. It's their favorite of all time. I have a YouTube buddy. I'm gonna call him out. I won't say his name though. But there are people on YouTube who are like, you know, Nintendo Steve. There's not really a Nintendo Steve, and if there is, I promise I'm not talking about you specifically. You know, just, you know, like Nintendo John or John Tendo or whatever, who are all about the NES. And then I'll see them in their pickup videos or go to conventions or whatever, and they'll find a game. And they'll be, oh, this is weird. I've never heard of this one. And it's like, you've literally put Nintendo in your name. How are you just going to be like, you know, I'm a Nintendo channel, but here's a game I've never heard of the only 600 some odd games. Like, do the research and at least play all of them for a second. Now, I don't know anything about anything, and there's a lot of games I get mixed up. Holy moly, this is not what this game's supposed to look like. There is something seriously, tragically wrong with this one. We'll look at that one later with a live open card storage. It's not Nintendo. Because Nintendo is not a Nintendo channel. I mean, yes, he does Nintendo stuff. No, it's not Nintendo. Because his is more like 64 era. And he does some other Nintendo and Game Boy and stuff like that too, so. But like people who like basically base their entire channel and persona on NES. But then they hadn't heard of, like, Time Lord. I was like, just because you love Contra and Castlevania and Mega Man should not constitute. Ever seen this game? This game's terrible. Go, go, go. Woo. Anyway. Oh, that's a whole lot of games down there. Yeah, I use the advantage. I had a... Yeah, I've never beaten Guardian Legend. It's another one I could never get through. But I loved the NES Advantage, like the arcade stick with the turbo buttons. I used that a lot when I was growing up. Speaking of which, speaking of games I've never beaten, well, and at this point maybe I won't. Oh yeah, power pad. There it is. Looked a little weird at first, but it's working now. Great music on that game too. Another one from Broderbund. Or Broderbund. Yeah, I've only had a Rob once in my life, and someone I knew wanted one more than me. So I said, so we worked out a trade, and the trade worked out pretty well. I don't remember what the trade included, but I do remember we were both happy with it. Property of A1 Video in North Dakota. That's where this game came from. You ever start up a game and it gives you, usually it's not really weird music, but sometimes it'll be stuck on one note, just like a solid, just like, and I've done that a few times. I do like this game quite a bit. Kings of the Beach. Great. Especially for a sports game. I'm not much for sports games. But I love me Kings of the Beach. Fluid. Oh, Super Dodgeball is one of my favorites. Super Dodgeball is probably a top 5 NES games for me. I'll play that. That's another one I like to go through about once a year if I can, if I remember. AB Season 1, 2, 3s. Alright. Final game. I have. Yeah, Bomberman Saturn. A lot of conventions will do that. And I had Bomberman Saturn. I still do. I have Bomberman Saturn for the Japanese one, and I had a 6-player tap. But I don't think we ever had 10 players in my bedroom at the time. I think we had 8. Or maybe 7 or so. I think we had like 6 or 7. I don't know. Alright, Metal Storm's working. That's good news. Here's a great game. Alright. The games I couldn't get to work, I'm going to try them one more time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Metal Storm was the name of that one. It's one of the better games, too. Goes for a little bit, but I got it for a pretty good deal, so. But I bought a bunch for that one guy, for this one booth. Yeah, Metal Warriors. Yeah, that'd be fine, you know. I made my own repro for, hey, see, this game's working now. I made my own repro for stadium events just to have one. I know people who have a complete set, and they'll do things like they'll have a repro of let's say Little Samson as a placeholder. They know it's not real, but it's just there for now until they find a real one. RC Pro M is fantastic. This game's still weird. Okay. That right there. I'm not going to try that one again. Hey, you Fantasticals, thank you for becoming a Super Rigs. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you much. How many modded copies of Super Mario? Oh, Lost Level. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those too. That's just like, you know, put it on a cart. Top 5 NES games? I don't know. I have a lot. I mean, my top 5 today might be a different top 5 tomorrow. I can never think of a top 5 anything. Seriously, this is a fantastic game. Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you, fantastic. Mr. Boombastic. Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. That was a good one. Yes? No? Okay. We have a ghost in here. He's just hanging out behind me. Yeah, Star Tropics. Yeah, I have a Star Tropics right here, but it didn't want to work. It's like it felt like the chipset was too internal or something, or it was missing something. So I'll have to look at it. I'll open it up later. Come on, Battle of Olympus. This is when I want to get working. Lame. It's alright. Again, whatever's not working, We'll do a stream later. That's just live open cart surgery. Yeah. Well, my favorite Castlevania is Symphony of the Night. But on the NES, my favorite Castlevania... Oh, you know what? I like the third one a lot, but I just love the exploration, the Metroidvania, if you will, of Simon's Quest. This batch of games, Stu, came from the last probably 3 conventions I've been to. I just haven't tested any games since I've been back. Looks a little bit better. I bet if I use like the Bright Boy on this one. Okay, we'll save it for later because it's not. Yeah, we'll save it for later. Yeah, I could never beat Battletoads either. I have a friend who can. I don't know if he's ever. I think he's done a no death run. I don't think he's ever done a no hit run. Hey, Abadox is working now. That's a fun one. And then Battletoads and Double Dragon was just weird. Didn't need all that. All right, take care, Stu. See you around, buddy. Make sure you follow Stu as well. He might be streaming some old-ass DOS games or something. If you're in the chat, make sure you're following Stu as well. Cool to hang out. Cool to chill. Hey, Deadly Towers is working. That's too bad. Here, hold on. Let me, I'll do like this. And then the ones I'm going to fix later, ooh, I'll put back in. Like that. Yeah, I never played Deadly Towers long enough to beat it. I still want to say I like it, but every time I say that, I try it again, and I don't like it. I like the concept of it, though. I like if you didn't take so many hits, if it looked a little cleaner, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hold on. I just put that back in there. Supposed to put it in the other thing. Hey, Marble Madness is working now. Yeah, I liked, the first time I played Golgo 13, I didn't like it. Because I was like, the graphics are terrible, what's going on? But then the more I played it, the more I'm like, actually, this game's pretty awesome. Yeah, RC Pro. I liked RC Pro Am in doses. Hey, there's Wally Bear, the No Gang. All right, we're working now. Wally's working. We're good. I'll let the No Game know. Need that one. Yeah, I think Go 13 still is for like less than 10. I think Go 13 is like a less than $10 game now, or it has been for however long. Oh, no, I can't go put that there. This goes here to fix later. Spy versus Spy. There's a good one. I had a lot of fun with that one anyway. It's not. I mean, not that the game's great, but I had fun with it. How about that? Okay, and again, this game probably does work, but this is on that large Koei board, so I have to test it on an actual system to make sure that it will be what it needs. So, oh, hold on, what's this? There we go. Yeah. I was waiting for a certain text, and I just got the text I was waiting for. Perfect timing. As we just finished everything for now. So a lot of games to go through, but I have a whole box of games I'm going to be doing. If again, if you're not on Whatnot, I'm going to be doing a Whatnot stream soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some tomorrow. But if you're not on Whatnot, sign up with my link. You'll get $15 off the first time you win an auction if you're new to Whatnot. It's an online hack, not hack. Well, maybe it is a hack. I don't know. It's an online app, an online auction app. So like, as just people can hold up games. They do retro gaming, they do Funkos, they do comics, they do everything else. There's a retro gaming section in there, video game section in there, and I used to do it like every week, and then I was like every month, and now it's like whenever. But I have all these games I just got to get rid of. I need less stuff in my life. Yeah, Bayou Billy was super hard. The Japanese version of Bayou Billy plays better, but still pretty rough. But thanks for watching. Videos coming up later this week. Probably another open cart surgery. We'll see. I just did the Atari one. Looking at Super Nintendo games from 1996 is a video that will be done by next week. So look out for that. And looks like we have some more open cart surgery videos coming out because we have a whole lot of games that didn't want to work. So that's coming up later too. That's how that works. All right, there is no raid feature on YouTube, so I'll just hang up. All right, thank you for watching, and thanks for your support.